Macaylah Johnson, Wadawurrung, Reserve Member representing Wadawurrung Trishaloners Aboriginal Corporation.
Jarika, Bengik Meriu, Komijin, Lolabuch, Babonda, Walaknik, Nyatni, Waranjeri, Woiborang, Maiwan, Kinkimbil, Wuring, Nyaurit, Kinkimbil I Meriu. Bengik Yanga, Nyatni Kalingalabu Murup Banju, Ba Nyangyan Kalingalabu Yotnaja. Nyora, Nyarik Macaylah, Bengik Wadawurrung, Mundi Muruk Ba, Narang Maman Mikaja Ba Yarang Mayali. Hello, my name is Macaylah Johnson. I'm a proud 24-year-old Wadawurrung woman, descendant of the Wadawurrung Dalton line. Most importantly though, I am a mother raising two beautiful Wadawurrung and Gunditjmara babies, Mikaja and Mayali Rodama Onus, inland on Wadawurrung's freshwater country in Bala Arat, Wadawurrung's resting place. I wouldn't have the honour of standing here today without the fierce advocates who have been fighting, sharing truths, working tirelessly for generations before this very moment, so we could have this opportunity. Every yarn and cuppa around a kitchen table, every walk on country, every march, every football kicked at every carnival, every rally, every ceremony. Every act of solidarity between us as people of different mobs is resistance in the most powerful form. Because people's power is more powerful than the people in power. I don't stand here today in this capacity as a person in power. I stand here as the Coolaman carrying the collective voice of my people and all people in my community. We here at this incredibly historic moment as the very first members of Gellung Warl are sowing the seeds of solidarity. The greatest act of resistance, though, is to love. When we resist injustice, we are saying, I love you enough to fight for your safety, your dignity, and your future. To resist is to love people despite the systems that try to erase, divide, or hurt. It's saying, I won't accept a world that harms those I love. So, when I say love is my resistance, I'm honouring the people who have and continue to turn care into courage and solidarity into action. Love is my refusal to dehumanise. Love is both my armour and my weapon, and love is the root of liberation. In a world so full of systems that profit from division and hate, loving each other out loud right now in this moment in time, amid all that is happening around us globally, is radical. To love is my act of resistance, so I stand here today declaring my love for all of you, all of your communities, all of your work, all of your knowledge, all of your ancestors, and give you my word that I will use this opportunity to make sure every single person encapsulated in this treaty process today and for every tomorrow feels the love and solidarity I hold. I may not ever be shaded by the trees that will grow from the seeds of love and solidarity I plant right now, but I take great comfort in hoping that one day all of our descendants will be. My age and declaration of love and solidarity should not be mischaracterised or taken as a sign of weakness, though. I do not declare this love with a rose-coloured pair of glasses on. I understand that love as a single act on its own is not enough. We carry the weight of systems that were never built for us, and then we're asked why they're not working. We are overrepresented in every negative statistic and underrepresented in every decision that shapes those very statistics. Those statistics and our people are then placed under scrutiny, studied, measured, and reduced to data points. We are the world's most studied populations relative to size to current date. Our lives are dissected in research papers that are not designed with us or for us to close any gaps, often just to maintain a deficit narrative of the worth of our lives, to weaponise and justify the systems that fail us. This is not by accident, this is by design. And that is exactly why treaty matters, because treaties are not symbolic. This is structural. It is about shifting power back to the people, not just acknowledging history. For too long, we have been consulted, advised, invited into conversations, but always spoken at, but never given the authority to decide for ourselves. Consultation without power is not self-determination, it is management. We do not need to be managed, we need to be trusted, we need to be empowered to lead, to design and to build solutions for our own people. Because we are not the problem to be solved, we are the solution that has been ignored for far too long. Our people are entwined in systems that do not see us, do not hear us and do not expect enough from us. Not because we lack potential, but because the pathways do not exist for us. And when there are no pathways, we should not be surprised when our people create our own, even if those paths lead us into the very systems we are then punished for. That is not failure of us as a people, that is failure of structure. Treaty gives us the opportunity to change this structure, not as an afterthought, but as a priority. This is not about special treatment, this is about equity, because what exists right now is not neutral, it is not equal, and it is certainly not working. We cannot continue to pour money into short-term programs that create short-term results. We must invest in long-term change that is designed and led by the communities it's meant to serve, us. But treaty requires something that has always been difficult. It requires governments to give up management of us. It requires institutions to share powers with us. It requires honesty about the systems we've inherited and the courage to change them. And yes, that can feel uncomfortable, but discomfort does not mean harm. We cannot keep managing the symptoms and pretending we are solving the problem. We cannot keep asking our communities to be resilient in the face of systems that continue to fail them. At some point, resilience without reform becomes neglect. I refuse to glorify resilience at the expense of my people's health and well-being. This is not just a policy moment, this is a defining moment for leadership, for justice, for the kind of future we are willing to build together, strong in culture. It is structural change, it is economic reform, it is justice. It is a future where our descendants don't inherit struggle, they inherit strength. That is the legacy treaty creates. That is the legacy I am here to create with all of you standing right beside our communities. I don't have this part of the speech, but I want to acknowledge my sister Tani. We have been through primary school, we've been through parenthood, and now we're standing in Parliament together, and I couldn't think of anyone else I'd rather do it with. In closing, I say, calling waranyal miriyu ba yerimyu, calling ba dalama murierung. Let us walk together today for every tomorrow, nursing and embracing the love that we all share in this room. Nyatni.